Italy Radio 7 Radio.
Questo qua?
Italy Radio 7 Radio, India Radio 7 Radio. Yeah. Italy Romeo 7 Romeo, Italy Radio 7 Radio. 5915, ciao. India Radio 7 Radio. 5915. Italy Radio 7 Radio. Italy Radio 7 Radio. Oh, 5915. What is that? Italy Radio 7 Radio. 5915. Sure as that? Again?
Delta Radio 1 Alpha.
Sì. QZ.
Facciamo
Ah, no.
abbiamo messo però la luce, quello beh. Ma io mi ci bacio.
No, sono andato. Italy Radio 7 Radio. Italy Romeo 7 Romeo. India Radio 7 Radio. So thank you. 5915.
Andiamo a trovare la grande.
India Radio 7 Radio, Italy Radio 7 Radio, contest. India Radio 7 Radio, Italy Radio 7 Radio, contest.
Vabbè?
La cosa del monitor.
India Radio 7 Radio, Italy Radio 7 Radio, contest.
QZ. Papa Hotel 2. Papa Hotel 2, Papa Hotel 2. Okay, Papa Hotel 2, mine, 5915. So thank you. QZ, India Radio 7 Radio.
India Radio 7 Radio, Italy Radio 7 Radio, contest.
Hotel Bravo 9 Alpha. Okay, Charlie Tango 9 stroke Hotel Bravo 9 Alpha Alpha Papa 5915. Okay, City 7 Charlie Tango 7 Hotel Bravo 9 Alpha Alpha Peter. You are 5915. Okay, 1-4, thank you. QZ, India Radio 7 Radio.
India Radio 7 Radio, Italy Radio 7 Radio, contest.
Alpha Alpha 2. Alpha Alpha 2, QSL.
India Radio 7 Radio, Italy Radio 7 Radio, contest.
Whiskey Alpha 2, Uniform Radio Kilo. QSL WA2 UBK. You are 59 and 15. So thank you. QRZ India Radio 7 Radio.
India Radio 7 Radio, Italy Radio 7 Radio, contest.
Radio 4, Radio Kilo Oscar. Germany 4, Radio Kilo Oscar, 5915. Thank you. QRZ.
Allora, fare dei casi,
QRZ, India Radio, 7 Radio, contest.
India Radio 7 Radio, Italy Radio 7 Radio, contest.
November 2, Echo Sugar, Quebec. Okay, November 2, Echo Sugar Hotel. You are 5 and 9, 59, 15, okay? So, thank you very much. QRZ. QRZ, India Radio, 7 Radio.
India Radio 7 Radio, Italy Radio 7 Radio, contest.
Peter Mike. Papa Mike, Papa Mike. Papa Italy 4, Florida Lima, 59, 15. Thank you. QRZ, India Radio, 7 Radio. Golf Zero, Germany, Germany, Quebec, 59, 15. Golf Zero, Golf Zero, Golf Quebec, QSL. Okay, QSL, 2 Echo 0, 2 Echo 0, QSL, okay? You luck to you, QRZ. India Radio, 7 Radio. Italy Radio, 7 Radio, contest.
India Radio 7 Radio, Italy Radio 7 Radio, contest. India Radio 7 Radio, Italy Radio 7 Radio, contest. India Radio 7 Radio, Italy Radio 7 Radio, contest. India Radio 7 Radio, Italy Radio 7 Radio, contest. India Radio 7 Radio, Italy Radio 7 Radio, contest. India Radio 7 Radio, Italy Radio 7 Radio, contest.
Maurizio 1 dalla...
India Radio 7 Radio, Italy Radio 7 Radio, contest.
Hanno fatto 2 giorni fa che sono andato a trovarlo.
India Radio 7 Radio, Italy Radio 7 Radio, contest.
La tastierina che fa
India Radio
passare
7 Radio,
inglese,
Italy Radio 7 Radio,
ricordo
contest.
che
India Radio 7 Radio, Italy Radio 7 Radio, contest.
bravo giù.
Papa Bravo. Papa Bravo, Papa Bravo. Papa Bravo, Papa Bravo. QRZ, India Radio, 7 Radio.
India Radio 7 Radio, Italy Radio 7 Radio, contest.
No, devi fare...
India Radio 7 Radio, Italy Radio 7 Radio, contest. India Radio 7 Radio, Italy Radio 7 Radio, contest. India Radio 7 Radio, Italy Radio 7 Radio, contest. India Radio 7 Radio, Italy Radio 7 Radio, contest.
Norway Delta. Norway Delta, 1 Charlie, 5915. Okay, thank you. QRZ, India Radio, 7 Radio. India Radio, 7 Radio, contest. Kilo 2, Papa, 5915. Okay, 3, Kilo 3, QSL, QRZ. Norway again. QRZ, India Radio, 7 Radio. Whiskey Charlie 3. Whiskey Charlie 3, Norway, 5915. Thank you. QRZ, India Radio, 7 Radio. Norway 5. November 5. Echo Norway 5 Victor 5915. QSL QRZ India Radio 7 Radio. Whiskey 3 Japan X-ray booming 5915. QSL QRZ India Radio 7 Radio. Florida 5 Papa November India 59 15. Thank you, QRZ. Golf 4, Bravo, Sugar, 5915. Okay, November, Bravo, Sugar, 5915. Thank you, QRZ. Kilo 4, K4, Kilo 4, QRZ. QRZ, India Radio, 7 Radio. Italy Radio, 7 Radio, contest.
India Radio, 7 Radio. Italy Radio, 7 Radio, contest. India Radio, 7 Radio. Italy Radio, 7 Radio, contest.
Foxtrot Charlie Radio. Echo Alpha 1, Florida Charlie Radio, 5915. Thank you. QRZ, India Radio, 7 Radio. Italy Radio, 7 Radio, contest.
India Radio, 7 Radio. Italy Radio, 7 Radio, contest. India Radio, 7 Radio. Italy Radio, 7 Radio, contest. India Radio, 7 Radio. Italy Radio, 7 Radio, contest. India Radio, 7 Radio. Italy Radio, 7 Radio, contest. India Radio, 7 Radio. Italy Radio, 7 Radio, contest. India Radio, 7 Radio. Italy Radio, 7 Radio, contest. India Radio, 7 Radio. Italy Radio, 7 Radio, contest. India Radio, 7 Radio. Italy Radio, 7 Radio, contest. India Radio, 7 Radio. Italy Radio, 7 Radio, contest. India Radio, 7 Radio. Italy Radio, 7 Radio, contest. India Radio, 7 Radio. Italy Radio, 7 Radio, contest.
Echo Alpha 2, Papa Norway Charlie, 5915. Echo Alpha 3, Delta Norway Charlie, 5915. Thank you, QRZ. QRZ, India Radio, 7 Radio. Kilo Tango 3, Tango, 5915. QSL, QRZ, India Radio, 7 radio. Kilo 2, Kilo Norway, 5915. Thank you. QRZ, India Radio, 7 radio. QRZ. QRZ, India Radio, 7 radio. Two Echo Zero, Mike Tango Papa, 5915. No, sorry. QSL before. QRZ, India Radio, 7 radio. QSL before. QRZ, India Radio, 7 radio.
India Radio, 7 radio, Italy Radio, 7 radio, contest. India Radio, 7 radio, Italy Radio, 7 radio, contest. India Radio, 7 radio, Italy Radio, 7 radio, contest.
QRZ. Charlie Sugar 2, India. Charlie Sugar 2, Tango, 5915. So thank you. QRZ, India Radio, 7 radio. Whiskey 1, Hotel Sugar, 5915. Thank you. QRZ, India Radio, 7 radio. Whiskey Florida 90, 5915. Thank you for QRZ, India Radio, 7 radio. Italy Radio, 7 radio, contest. Kilo. Kilo 4, Japan Delta Florida, 5915. Thank you. QRZ, Booming Senior. QRZ, India Radio, 7 radio. Italy Radio, 7 radio, contest. India Radio, 7 radio, contest.
India Radio, 7 radio, Italy Radio, 7 radio, contest. India Radio, 7 radio, Italy Radio, 7 radio, contest. India Radio, 7 radio, Italy Radio, 7 radio, contest.
Kilo Whiskey Zero, Kilo Papa Whiskey, 5915. Thank you. QRZ, India Radio, 7 radio. No, dica c'è MIT.
Tu senti.
QRZ, India Radio, 7 radio, contest.
India Radio, 7 radio, Italy Radio, 7 radio, contest. India Radio, 7 radio, Italy Radio, 7 radio,
Preferiamo
contest.
caccia e MIT.
India Radio, 7 radio, Italy Radio, 7 radio, contest.
Kilo Alpha 3 Charlie, 5915. Okay, Whiskey Alpha 3. Thank you. 5915. Thank you. QRZ. Italy Radio, 7 radio, contest. India Radio, 7 radio, contest.
India Radio, 7 radio, Italy Radio, 7 radio, contest.
Vediamo.
India Radio, 7 radio, Italy Radio, 7 radio, contest. India Radio, 7 radio, Italy Radio, 7 radio, contest. India Radio, 7 radio, Italy Radio, 7 radio, contest. India Radio, 7 radio, Italy Radio, 7 radio, contest.
Golf 4, Zulu Norway Uniform, 5915.
Yeah, Roger, the call is Golf 4, Sierra November uniform, Sierra November uniform, your flight 914.
Okay, Golf 4, Shiwa Norway uniform, 5915, thank you. QRZ, India Radio, 7 Radio.
Sta modifica, no?
QRZ, India Radio, 7 Radio.
India Radio 7 Radio, Italy Radio 7 Radio, contest.
Whiskey. Whiskey 2, Golf Norway. Okay, QSL, W2, Golf Sugar, Green Stamp, 5915. Thank you, QRZ. India Radio, 7 Radio. Italy Radio, 7 Radio, contest. Whiskey 4, Papa. Whiskey Italy 4, Papa. Whiskey Victor 4, Papa, 5915. Thank you, QRZ, India Radio, 7 Radio. Whiskey 3, Foxtrot, Japan, Papa, 5915. Thank you, QRZ, November. QRZ, India Radio, 7 Radio. Italy Radio, 7 Radio. Italy Radio, 7 Radio, contest.
India Radio 7 Radio, Italy Radio 7 Radio, contest.
Papa Lima. Kilo 1, Papa Lima, 5915. Thank you, QRZ, India Radio, 7 Radio. Mike Zero. Mike Zero, Mike Tango Zulu, 5915. Mike Zero, Mike Tango Zulu, 5915. Thank you, QRZ, India Radio, 7 Radio. Mexico 3, Echo Charlie Tango, 5915. Mamma card.
No, tranquillo.
Thank you, QRZ, India Radio, 7 Radio. Ending Kilo. Mike Uniform 2, Kilo, 5915. Thank you, QRZ. India Radio, 7 Radio.
Kilo 8, Charlie X-ray.
Kilo 8, Charlie X-ray, 5915.
594.
Thank you, QRZ, India Radio, 7 Radio. Italy Radio, 7 Radio, contest.
India Radio 7 Radio, Italy Radio 7 Radio, contest.
Ending Bravo. Papa Echo 1, Lima United Bravo, 51, 59, 15. Okay, thank you very much. QRZ, India Radio, 7 Radio. Italy Radio, 7 Radio, contest. No problem.
India Radio 7 Radio, Italy Radio 7 Radio, contest.
No, ho sbagliato pulsante.
India Radio 7 Radio, Italy Radio 7 Radio, contest.
Delta.
Mary 1, David, QSL, 5915. Thank you, QRZ, India Radio, 7 Radio. Italy Radio, 7 Radio, contest.
India Radio 7 Radio, Italy Radio 7 Radio, contest. India Radio 7 Radio, Italy Radio 7 Radio, contest.
2 Echo Zero, Lima Kilo Charlie, 5915. So thank you, QRZ, India Radio, 7 Radio.
India Radio 7 Radio, Italy Radio 7 Radio, contest.
Mike Zero. Golf Zero, Golf Mary Sugar, 5915. Okay, you're 5 and 915. Thank you, QRZ. India Radio 7 radio, Italy Radio 7 radio contest.
India Radio 7 radio, Italy Radio 7 radio contest. India Radio 7 radio, Italy Radio 7 radio contest.
November Charlie 3. November Charlie 3 United 5915. Okay, thank you. QRZ India Radio 7 radio. Italy Radio 7 radio contest.
India Radio 7 radio, Italy Radio 7 radio contest.
Kilo 3 Mike Papa 5915. Okay, Mike Delta, thank you. QRZ. Echo America 5 whiskey. Mike Zero Whiskey Papa Japan 5915. Thank you. QRZ. QRZ India Radio 7 radio. Kilo 4 Whiskey Hotel Mike 5915. QRZ India Radio 7 radio. Italy Radio 7 radio contest. QRZ India Radio 7 radio. Golf Whiskey Zero. And Golf Whiskey Zero, Japan Mary, interrogation. So the last letter, please, again. Okay, Japan Mary Papa. Juliet Mike November. Juliet Whiskey November 5915. Okay, Japan Whiskey Charlie. Juliet Whiskey Charlie 5915. Thank you. QSL, thank you very much. QRZ India Radio 7 radio.
India Radio 7 radio, Italy Radio 7 radio contest.
Golf Zero, Juliet Sierra Papa 5915. Thank you. QRZ India Radio 7 radio. Golf Mary Zero, Victor 5915. Thank you. QRZ Italy Radio 7 radio. India Radio 7 radio contest.
India Radio 7 radio, Italy Radio 7 radio contest.
Alpha X-ray. Alpha X-ray again. Kilo 2 Alpha X-ray, QSL B4. QRZ India Radio 7 radio.
Arriva a te.
Oh,
Questa qua.
India Radio 7 radio, Italy Radio 7 radio contest. India Radio 7 radio, Italy Radio 7 radio contest. India Radio 7 radio, Italy Radio 7 radio contest. India Radio 7 radio, Italy Radio 7 radio contest.
Perché si alza questa, la griglia. Va sul
India
rosso.
Radio 7 radio, Italy Radio 7 radio contest. India Radio 7 Radio, Italy Radio 7 Radio, contest. India Radio 7 Radio, Italy Radio 7 Radio, contest.
QRZ.
India Radio 7 Radio, Italy Radio 7 Radio,
La
contest.
potenza è qua.
No.
India Radio 7 Radio, Italy Radio 7 Radio, contest.
Okay, again, Whiskey 2. Whiskey 2, Charlie Papa, 59-15. Whiskey 2, Charlie Papa, 59-15. India Radio, 7 Radio, contest.
India Radio 7 Radio, Italy Radio 7 Radio, contest.
Echo Bravo 5, Charlie Sierra.
Echo Bravo 5, Charlie Sierra, 59-15. Thank you. QRZ, India Radio, 7 Radio.
India Radio 7 Radio, Italy Radio 7 Radio, contest. India Radio 7 Radio, Italy Radio 7 Radio, contest. India Radio 7 Radio, Italy Radio 7 Radio, contest. India Radio 7 Radio, Italy Radio 7 Radio, contest. India Radio 7 Radio, Italy Radio 7 Radio, contest.
QRZ.
Italy Radio 7 Radio, you're 595, Whiskey 2, Charlie Golf.
Whiskey 2, Charlie, go, 59-15. Thank you. QRZ.
Thank you, Whiskey 2, Charlie Golf, contact, Whiskey 2, Charlie Golf. QRZ, Whiskey 2, Charlie Golf.
India Radio 7 Radio, Italy Radio 7 Radio, contest. India Radio 7 Radio, Italy Radio 7 Radio, contest. India Radio 7 Radio, Italy Radio 7 Radio, contest. India Radio 7 Radio, Italy Radio 7 Radio, contest.
QRZ.
India Radio 7 Radio, Italy Radio 7 Radio, contest.
Mike 0, Mike 0. Mike 0, Delta Yankee India 59-15. QRZ, India Radio 7 Radio.
India Radio 7 Radio, Italy Radio 7 Radio, contest.
Charlie Whiskey Whiskey.
India Radio 7 Radio, Italy Radio 7 Radio, contest. India Radio 7 Radio, Italy Radio 7 Radio, contest. India Radio 7 Radio, Italy Radio 7 Radio, contest. India Radio 7 Radio, Italy Radio 7 Radio, contest. India Radio 7 Radio, Italy Radio 7 Radio, contest.
Ci voleva la cartina con il suono. Almeno per contare.
Charlie.
Oh,
North America, for North America.
Un po' di...
Thank you, Echo Delta 1 Romeo. Okay.
Vediamo la live, va.
Okay, so the unit will do India Hotel Mike, just 5914, okay? 7 3 Foxtrot dinner.